Okay.
All right.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Okay. What do we got? Cool.
All right.
Sounds good.
Here come the crunchy cookie girls in 3, 2, 1.
The best leadership happens when you step away for 10 minutes.
This is back in 10.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Back in 10. I am Jen, and I do not have a cookie.
Hello, everyone, and I'm Savannah, and I just finished my cookies, but I do have a delicious cup of coffee.
There you go. Well, what we're going to talk about on the last episode, we were talking about your reconnecting. Ooh, you see how I did that? Your
I love it.
reconnecting system,
Yep.
as opposed to your recall system.
Mhm.
And what we're going to talk about today is your insurance verifications. Because now your schedule's full and it looks like it's going to be productive, but you'll need to get paid.
Money, 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 money.
Yeah.
You don't have the
So,
luxury of being a fee-for-service
oh,
practice, and you need to
mhm,
accept insurances. Yeah, this is going to be a good episode for you
mhm.
to listen in on. Take some notes.
Yes. So I have been there where I had our insurance verification sheet and it was extremely cumulative.
Yeah.
And we would have team members call and ask all these questions or see what you could pull online, but you can't always pull everything that you need online, right? This was prior to tools that can do it for you, which is a total
Aren't
game
always
changer.
accurate.
Hmm?
They're not always accurate, though.
No,
Little
agreed.
tools that can do it for
Agreed.
you.
Agreed. I think with anything, there's a starting point, right? It can
Mhm.
give you certain information if you need more. Sometimes you do need to pick up the phone or dive in a little bit more. I'll say some different things in tools that I really like are ones that can write back into your system, which is killer
Yes.
because if your tool is doing the insurance verification for you, and it just, like, fills out a form and puts it in, uh,
The doc
your
center.
document center or whatever. It just kinda sits there,
Right.
and then you still have to do things manually if you want everything to be accurate. But if you have a tool that can write back into your practice management software, it takes out the human error piece of it too.
Yeah.
Yes, again, there's always, tech errors, I'll say that can definitely happen, but um uh, it just it helps to streamline things and it makes sure that we have all the information that we need so that way the patients can get the care that they need. And
Oh,
that's really at the end of the day what's most important.
yeah, absolutely. If you don't have access to any type of software, though, it's something that you have not implemented yet into your tech stack. It's really important to not view insurance verification as busy work, right? It
Mm.
is so vital to um the financial
Health.
predictability of the practice, that you're able to still confirm coverages, get those frequencies, what are your waiting periods. So it's not about keeping somebody busy. This is vital to
Yeah.
accepting insurances in your practice.
Mhm. And
Because
it's not a one and done.
no, and every missed verification can really hurt the practice, right? If you have a missed verification on a treatment plan, you might have to write it off. You could piss off a patient. It's lost production. Then you have to go back and fix errors.
Mhm.
And by prioritizing verification with one of your team members, again, if you're unable to utilize the software, you have to do that to avoid all of those errors.
Yeah. 1,000%. And
Mhm.
like you said, it's not busy work. You need to have not just one person, you need
Yeah.
to have multiple people on your team that understand insurance that can talk to patients about insurance.
Mhm.
You always need a backup. You always need a educated backup, I'll say,
Yeah.
to your person because things happen. People also wanna just, like, take PTO. So you need to make sure that you have your systems in place so this gets done. Whether it's a tool, whether it's a person, what have you. This isn't your recall list that you just look and you check off. This needs to be done. This has to be done for every single patient of the day.
And I've been to many a class and have heard it from many an educator that patients really need to be responsible for their insurance and knowing their coverages. I mean, I want to agree with you to my core, but it's the fact of the matter is they don't because they don't
Right.
understand the languages like the
Correct.
dental practice does. So while we want to put that onus back on the patient, it's still we're still obligated to have a knowledge of their plans, especially if we're preventing treatment. And you had just said something earlier about getting the team comfortable and like it's that confidence. So when your team knows what's covered, especially if they go into a treatment conversation, there's just no hesitation.
Mhm.
They
Right.
it sets them up for success and makes them feel confident. Like it's not like a oh I
Mhm.
think your insurance will do that. I think this will happen. No, we have looked at your plan online. Here's what we have confirmed. Like
Right.
it unfortunately we can't just rely on the patient when it comes to their coverages. I wish we
No.
could. Trust me, I wish we could,
Mhm.
but
And
it doesn't happen.
I'll say there's different philosophies when it comes to, like, pre-treatment estimates too. There are offices, because
Yeah.
I've worked in some, that they'll send pre-Ds for every restorative procedure. That's not needed all the time. I'll say maybe for some big ones, but look, the patients don't even know it's an option unless you tell them that it is,
Right.
the first thing. But, like, you need
But
to be able to have the resources available because that takes time too. So, what if a patient needs care? Don't delay their care because you're not comfortable in having a conversation or your team isn't comfortable having a conversation about what their insurance will cover or not. That
mhm,
is your responsibility as a healthcare provider to make
mhm.
sure that you have a team that can speak confidently and calmly about what payment options your patient has and what I'm gonna say coupons they have available because really that's what insurance is. It is a coupon for your care.
Coupon, 100% coupon. And it honestly, at that point too, it goes back to something that you and I harp on all the time, which is documentation. So don't just read it online, internalize it, and then go into the treatment room. Like, you need to take those notes down, put it
Mhm,
into the patient record the day you verified it. And if you talk to a representative, you best get that representative's number and a confirmation number for the call. They are always recording these conversations for quality control at insurance companies. So they're able
mhm,
to recall, especially with AI and transcribing a lot of these conversations, to pull up that conversation. So if something does come back that does not jive with the information you were given, you then
mhm.
have something to fall back on to protect you and the practice.
Right,
So
right.
document everything. Put it in the doc center, print it out. So then you have a date, like you
Mhm.
have that footer with the date and the time that you printed that document out.
Yeah, and I think, look, if you or your team does not feel confident in these conversations or you just wanna learn more, there's some amazing speakers out there that you can go and
Yeah.
take their courses. Teresa Duncan, Colleen Huff, like,
Ashley
there is
Vaughn,
some Ashley.
Amanda
She is
Demora,
yes,
so
and these
many.
are all
Diane
amazing leaders.
Globey,
Yeah, mhm. Yeah, there's
so
so many amazing
Fran
leaders
Clark.
out there that you can reach out to that
Yeah.
have even online resources, that have billing companies that can support you and your team to make sure that your patients are getting the care that they need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really That's the biggest thing. And then look, then we could go into third party payer, all of these other things that you can utilize because y'all are not the bank.
Yeah, I
But
don't want to be
look,
bank.
no, don't be the bank. But utilize your community to get the information that you need. We are not the experts in hardly, well, not a lot of things. But we know people that are. And that's
Yeah,
the biggest thing, right? Is just find the people that can help. I will say specifically like to coding and things too. There's not too many speakers out there that have like that seal that they
right.
can speak about CDT codes. There is actually like an approval process. Like,
There
there's
is.
only certain speakers that can. Teresa Duncan is one of
And
them,
Colleen.
and
Colleen
Colleen Huff. That can
Mhm.
physically talk about these codes. Like, there is a
Mark
huge
Garofalo.
process.
He didn't
Yes.
Rick needs to be in there too. He's a
Yeah.
freaking powerhouse.
It's so yes, you can put things out in like social media communities, but you don't know who's responding to you all the time. So go to the people that know. And those are some of the great resources and the people in the dental community that you can go to get the information that you need. And take that time to invest in your team because really you're investing in your patients, which then you'll get paid and
Right.
then you can invest in other things.
And honestly, and don't look at verification as just paperwork. You are real. It's another connection, right? Here I go, connection queen. It's
Apparently
about
today.
building that trust with your patients, right? The
Mm-hmm.
patients
Mm-hmm.
trust that we know as dental leaders what we're talking about. So when your treatment coordinator goes into that treatment planning room in your consultation room, wherever you plan your treatment out with the patient, they are looking at you with so much trust. We do not want to compromise that because we're too lazy to print out a verification sheet. I mean, you want to talk real conversations. Sometimes it is about being freaking lazy. You have all the flipping tools at this point. You have
Mm-hmm.
them. And if worse comes to worse, and I know people hate as much as I do, pick up the damn phone, sit it on it for an hour, especially, you know what? I'd rather feel confident going into a $15,000 treatment plan consultation than being like, oh no, what am I going to do? Come on, people.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not that hard. It really isn't.
Mm-mm. No,
It
it's
also
not.
helps
Just take the
helps building
time.
like trust with the doctor too. Like I want my doctor to know that I'm trustworthy when it comes to presenting this treatment to the patient. And
Mhm.
if I have all of the proper documentation and then I'm getting paid based on what that documentation provided me,
Mhm.
trust all around. Look what we've done. We've built a community of trust, right?
Yep.
That's my soapbox.
Clearly, Savannah is very passionate about this. Yeah,
I
you
mean,
stood
like, I'm a little dental nerd too. Like, I used to
on
love dental insurance. That's why I love Teresa Duncan so much.
still love dental
It
insurance. It's
oh,
crazy. But
it
look,
changes
just
all.
yeah, it just take the time to educate yourself or your team. And there's some resources that can help. So on that note, uh definitely take a look at your insurance verification workflow,
Yeah,
especially in the new year, and talk to your team. Say, what can we do better? Is there something that we can do to enhance? And look at some tools that can help you do it. So, signing
100%.
off from Back in 10. Peace out. Y'all have a fun
Bye.
day.
Thanks for spending a few minutes with us on Back in 10.
If something made you laugh, nod, or feel a little more human, share it with a friend and make sure that you're subscribed.
You can also follow us on Instagram at Back in 10 Pod for more behind the scenes, updates, and probably a little chaos.
We're not here to have it all figured out. We're just here to tell you the things that we wish someone had told us.
And remind you that leadership doesn't have to be perfect, just real.
We'll be back